Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really important update on a problem that is just so frustrating for so many people. Sciatic pain. If you've been searching for relief that actually lasts, you are definitely in the right place.
You know that feeling, right? That sharp, nagging, radiating pain that goes down your leg and just ruins your day. It's awful. But what if I told you that the path to feeling better isn't about fighting it or forcing it? What if the real solution is actually much, much gentler? We're about to explore a whole new approach that could completely change the game for you.
So, let's jump right into what we're calling a smarter sciatica solution. Honestly, you can think of this like a software update for your body's recovery plan. It's time to move past some of the old ideas and into a way more effective way of thinking about pain.
Okay, so this is the core of it. The big shift is moving away from fighting your own body. For so long, the advice was to force a stretch, to really dig in with aggressive pressure and try to bully a muscle into letting go. Well, this new protocol is a total 180. It is all about creating a sense of safety for your nervous system, which then allows for a gentle and much more real release. It's the difference between working against yourself and finally working with yourself.
All right, let's get practical. Let's get our hands dirty with our first movement. It's called the wall decompression, but you might also know it as the 90-90 wall hold. We're going to break down what it is, why it's so incredibly effective, and of course, how you can do it safely.
Now, the goal here is not a traditional stretch. I really want to emphasize that. The goal is decompression. We are literally creating space in the lower back, which gives those super tight muscles permission to finally relax. And at the exact same time, we're using our breath to send a really powerful signal to our nervous system that says, hey, it's okay, you're safe, you can let go now.
And this is why it works so well, especially if you're in the middle of a painful flare-up. When you put your legs up on the wall, you take all the pressure, all the gravitational load right off your spine. Your hips get to be totally passive. And that deep, slow breathing, that stimulates your vagus nerve, which basically acts like the emergency brake for your body's fight-or-flight response. This is what helps turn down that protective muscle tightness, that clenching we call guard.
And the best part? This is so easy to do. You just lie on your back and scoot your hips as close as you can to a wall or even the side of a chair. Then you just lift your legs up so your calves are resting on that support. You should have about a 90-degree bend at your hips and your knees. Now just let your arms relax by your sides, maybe rest them on your belly, and breathe. The only job you have here is to breathe deeply for about 2 to 5 minutes. That's it.
I absolutely love this coaching cue because it perfectly captures the feeling you're trying to find here. This isn't about effort or trying. It's about surrender. It's about letting go. So as you're lying there, just picture your whole spine getting heavy, sinking down, and being completely held up by the floor. Then feel the front of your body, your stomach, your chest, just soften with every single breath out.
Okay, now that we've found that sense of release, let's build on it with our second movement. This one's the glute release, and it's all about a targeted reset for that really deep tension in the hips, which, as you know, is a huge culprit when it comes to sciatic pain.
So with this one, we are getting super precise. The whole idea is to use a firm massage ball, like a lacrosse ball or even a tennis ball will work, to apply some gentle, sustained pressure to those little knots in your glutes and deep hip muscles. And the key here is that we're doing it while lying on our backs, which keeps our spine and our pelvis totally neutral, stable, and safe.
So why is this so good? Well, a couple of reasons. First, you're getting right to the source. You're addressing the exact muscle tissue that might be putting pressure on that sciatic nerve. Second, and this is huge, you are in 100% control of the pressure. You get to decide how much is enough, which makes it way safer than other methods. And all the while, your back is just chilling on the floor in a healthy, supported position.
Okay, here's how you set it up. Lie on your back, bend your knees, and put your feet flat on the floor. Take the ball and place it under the meaty part of one of your glutes. Make sure you're not on a bone. Your first job is just to breathe and let your body weight sink down into the ball. Now, if you feel like you need a little more, you can cross that ankle over the opposite thigh into a figure 4 shape. Just hang out here for 1 to 2 minutes and then switch sides.
Okay, listen up, because this cue right here is everything. You have to get this right. The idea is to melt into the ball, not tense up and fight against it. If you feel anything sharp or nervy, that's your sign to back off a little or move the ball. You're searching for that sweet discomfort, that good hurt. You know the feeling? Where it's a deep release, but it's not actual sharp pain. Let your breath be your guide. Okay, so we've got these two really powerful, really gentle movements in our toolkit. Now the next logical question is, how and when do we actually use them? Let's talk about putting it all together into a routine that really works.
So when should you use these? Well, they're great for a whole range of things. If you have some disc sensitivity, this is for you. If you have piriformis syndrome, that's when that one specific hip muscle is irritating your sciatic nerve, this is perfect. You can even just use these as a daily reset for general low back tension. The best time to do them is usually at the end of a session, not as a warm-up. And to level it up, you can pair them with focused breathing or even some gentle nerve glides to help that nerve move more freely.
So when we boil all this down, after looking at the science and the techniques, what's the single biggest idea we need to walk away with? Well, it all comes down to adopting a totally new mindset when it comes to recovery.
And here it is this simple. The goal is release, not force. If you remember just one single thing from this entire explainer, please let it be that. Lasting relief doesn't come from muscling your body into submission. It comes from creating the right conditions for it to finally, truly let go.
And that really just leaves us with one final question to think about. What could truly change for you in your pain levels, in your freedom of movement, even in the relationship you have with your own body? What could change if you shifted your approach from one of fighting it to one of listening to it? It's a powerful thing to consider. Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer.